Alright guys, welcome back to another video on Talk Sutty. Yes, Manchester United 3, Leicester City 0. We get another win and we get closer to Manchester City sitting in second place. I was going to say that there's a few people I want to celebrate and congratulate, but David De Gea, congratulations on having the most clean sheets for a United goalkeeper, overtaking Peter Schmeichel today. He was level with him at the start of the game, but with this clean sheet today, he has overtaken him. So congratulations to him, and it was a well-earned one as well, a well-earned one, because that game would have been completely different if we didn't have David De Gea in between the sticks. Those two saves in the first half from Iheanacho and Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes one-on-one and the Iheanacho header. What two brilliant saves. People want him out, and I'll never understand all this distribution crap and all that. But I'm not here for it. He saves goals. It would have been a completely different game today if he wasn't in goal. So I want people to give him his praise, and he deserves it because he was excellent. For first half, he was my man of the match, but second half, he's probably not the man of the match anymore because he didn't have to do anything in the second half. Because the second half, we were absolutely incredible at taking the ball, controlling the game a lot more, and it was just a lot more dominant from the first half. For the first 5 minutes in the first half, we did the similar thing in the second half, and I thought, hopefully we don't drop off, but we kept that intensity up throughout the whole second half, and they didn't really get a sniff, Leicester City, in the second half. Not a sniff. We were just proper on, and Fred pushing forward, Sabitzer pushing forward, Weghorst in the 10, he might have missed a few chances, but you can't doubt his effort. His effort is unmatched. For a guy who's 6'6", he moves himself about. And then Rashford. But before I get onto him, I want to talk about the substitution in the second half. Jadon Sancho probably changed the game. Really, I thought he changed the game. He was so influential. He could have had a couple of assists. He could have got himself on the score sheet once again. He did score one in the 61st minute to secure Man United the 3 points, really. But after he changed the second half, he came on at half time for Garnacho. He wasn't really in the game in the first half, to be fair to him. But Sancho came on and he was just linking up the play really nice. Him and Wan-Bissaka, there was like this moment where they were just pinging it in between themselves because Wan-Bissaka came on for Shaw because he picked up a bit of a knot. Them two were just playing it in the corner, just one touch around each other, and then it got the crowd up, and every time we started playing passes, it was a wee. It's one of those, and it just got the crowd behind the team, and I thought he was fantastic. I thought he if he played the full game, maybe he would have been man of the match, but the real man of the match for me has got to be the main man for me, the main man in world football right now. He's got to be one of the best players in Europe. On form, he's the best player in the world. Form. Because goals are just raining. It's raining goals for Marcus Rashford. Like I said last week, everything he touches is turned into gold. Again, 2 more goals today. 2 more. They were both quite tight, but they were both onside, and he got himself 2 goals once again. I think that's 24 for the season, 8 assists, so 32 goal contributions in about 35, 36 games or something. I think it's 29 starts, 36 appearances. It's just unplayable right now, unplayable in disgusting run of form. He got 1 goal through the middle, 1 goal off the left. There was a chance where he skipped in between a couple of players, and then he could have maybe scored that, but he hit it at the keeper, unfortunately. But yeah, he's playing like a man possessed. He's just everything is just going in, and we can't complain because, as a United fan, you can't complain with goals. It doesn't matter if he's out of the game. Not that he was out of the game today. He was 100% in the game, and you could see the impact every time he got the ball. But he can be out of the game this season with this form, and then he'll just pop up with a goal. It was similar to the Leeds. I didn't think he played amazing against Leeds away, but he was just there and he scored again, and he just keeps scoring. Seven goals in a row at home at Old Trafford. He joins people like Rooney and Ronaldo. That's the form we're talking about now. He is unplayable. Just the whole team, I've got to say, the manager Ten Hag, he got it perfectly. First half, like I said, I thought we could have easily been down, but because of De Gea, we weren't. And then obviously Rashford scored. But first half, going into the second half, at half time, he made the change for Sancho on for Garnacho, and he put Rashford onto the left, put Weghorst up front because he started in the 10 and it just wasn't quite working. He put Weghorst up front, Bruno stayed on the right and Sancho was in the 10, and Bruno and Sancho, they were interchanging really. They were swapping each other. They were Sancho was in the 10 for a bit, and then Sancho was on the right. Same with Bruno, who was in the 10, he was in the right. It just changed the game. Ten Hag, he's a master at his work, and you can see it. You can see it because he changes games. It's just unbelievable. But yeah, I thought the performance today, I've said it before, but we were excellent. We had 58% possession. We had 26 shots to Leicester's 19, and majority of them were in the first half. And then 8 shots on target as well to Leicester's 3. So in the end, we really deserved to win the game, and we were by far the better team in that second half. It could have been 4 or 5. Martinez at the bar, 5'9". He's too small playing the Premier League. Nearly scored header. Yeah, again, Jamie Carragher, sit down for a second. Weghorst missed a couple of decent chances. Sancho missed a chance that he probably could have scored. I think Rashford might have missed a chance as well. Dalot, he missed a chance in the first half, but we had so many chances, and yeah, like I said, could have been easily 4 or 5, maybe even 6. There was like so many chances, but we can't complain. We win. We get the 3 points. We get 3 goals on the goal difference, and we don't concede a goal, which is good for David De Gea. I'd say that was a great team performance. We also got to rest players like Varane and Shaw later on in the game. We rested Rashford later on in the game, so I thought it's just Ten Hag. He's just doing a great job, and he's managing everyone correctly. And now it's Barcelona next Thursday. Barcelona at Old Trafford. I am praying I can get a ticket. I'm still trying. Because that'll be a game, that could be the game of the season. We've got 2 of the biggest games back to back of our season. Barcelona is the biggest game of our season, and then we've got the biggest game of our season on the Sunday. This is the fixtures we've got. We had Leeds, Barca, Leicester, Barca, Newcastle, West Ham in the Cup, and then we've got Liverpool, Anfield. We've got a tricky run, and so far, obviously, we dropped points against Leeds at home. So far, we're doing well, and I think we'll beat Barca on Thursday. You'll be getting a reaction to that. If I do go to the game, it'll be a bit later in the night, maybe even in the morning. Probably not in the morning actually, because actually the video might go up in the morning, but the video will be recorded at night, and then with the big game on Sunday. Week today, Cup final, Newcastle at Wembley. Tried to get a ticket for that, but I couldn't because they're about £600 if I wanted to buy off some weird website. But yeah, I think we'll win both, and I think this season is only going like that. And talking about the table, like I said at the start, we are now only 3 points behind Manchester City, who dropped points to Nottingham Forest this week. I'd said it. This Man City side, even though they beat Arsenal in the week, they're not the same team that's hunting them down. It's just not. You can see they've dropped more points than Arsenal this season. They've only got 1 more win than us. Like, they're only 3 points ahead. They're not the same team who's chasing them down. They're just not. It's just. And I think Arsenal could still win. I think Arsenal will still win the league. They're 2 points ahead with a game in hand. Could easily be 5 points. I think that win yesterday for Arsenal was massive. They were down twice, and then they pulled it out of the fire. Got a bit lucky with the Jorginho rebound from Martinez, but in the end, you get what you deserve, don't you? You keep fighting. You've got a chat. You're giving yourself a good chance. But yeah, we could easily just come out of nowhere and just be like, oh, one day top of the league. I'm not saying we will be, but could easily happen with City and Arsenal still to play each other. If they get a draw in that, we'll be on the same points as City. We'll be 3 points behind Arsenal, and you've seen over the past week that they can drop points now. Obviously, they dropped points to United at the start of the season, but since then they went on a massive run, and then the last week or so, or week or two, they dropped a few points, so it made them less invincible. And we've seen Man City get beat and drop points and get outplayed in some games. They're not the same team, so we could easily come out of nowhere with this. And top 4 is nailed on really. We're 10 points clear of Tottenham in 5th, 5 points clear I know we're 8 points clear of Newcastle in 4th, but they have got to play. They've got a game in hand on us, but either way we'll be 5 points clear if they win the game. But they're struggling at the moment. They're winless in the last 4 games in the Premier League. 3 draws and the recent defeat to Liverpool. But you've got to give them credit. They've only lost twice in the league, and that's both teams to Liverpool. Do apologise for that, but like I was saying, Liverpool are the only team to beat Newcastle this season. They beat them twice, which is surprising considering they are 8th in the league. But they could easily somehow, it's weird to say it, but they could easily get into 4th place with 2 wins back to back now. Not hopefully get the momentum. I hope they could fall off a cliff again, but they could easily get some momentum now, pick up some wins, and Newcastle are dropping points. Tottenham will always drop points, so they could easily get back into top 4. And it sounds weird, but they can. I'm surprised I'm saying that considering they're being so poor, but everyone else is dropping points really. But yeah, that's it from me today. Big 3 points for United. Drop a comment on your thoughts on the game and your predictions for the Barca and the Newcastle game in the upcoming week. But that's it from me today. Sooty out.